Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I'm your host, Doug here, with your video blog for July 23rd, 2014. Got a lot of good stuff for you today. We're going to do our first of our 16-day series of NFL two-a-days. We're going to start in the AFC East today with the Bills and the Dolphins. We're going to go hunt for October as we look at the Major League Baseball standings and wild card update. We're going to do a standings and wild card update on the tight races probably twice a week from this point forward till the end of the year. I got your New York sports update as well as the Yankees make a move and they get ready to face a good pitcher tonight. But first I want to get to NFL training camp. A lot of news and notes from training camp I just want to touch on briefly and let you know what's been going on. So the first place we're going to go to Kansas City Chiefs training camp today. Jamal Charles was not at camp yet, but he did sign a 2-year extension worth about $18 million, so his overall deal will be 2 years and $28 million on an extension that will go through, I believe, the 2016 season. At 49ers camp, Vernon Davis ends his holdout, the 30-year-old tight end, the third highest paid tight end in the National Football League, wants a deal done. A deal has not gotten done yet, and likely a deal will not be done until his current deal ends at the end of next season. Surprising news out of Seahawks camp today. Their wide receiver, Sidney Rice, who's battled some rib injuries, some oblique injuries, some knee problems, he calls it quits, hangs it up, and Sidney Rice retires at age 27. One guy who's been injured a lot and is now back, Rob Gronkowski of the New England Patriots, has been cleared and ready to go for camp. They will open up camp later on this week. The Jets in the same division make a big move. They signed defensive end Jason Babin to a 2-year deal, and the second year is on a team option. And one of our big-time rookies we're going to be talking about a lot throughout camp, Michael Sam. One of his coaches today said he is absolutely not a distraction at Rams camp, and I didn't think he'd honestly would be that big of a distraction. I just don't know if he can make the roster. We'll see what happens. We're going to do that every day. We're going to go around camps, see what's going on. If you let me know what you want me to talk about on here for training camp stuff, I will, so just let me know, and we'll do that. It'll be fun. Time for NFL two-a-days, our first two-a-day of the year. We're going to do the Buffalo Bills. Last year, Bills were 6-10. They finished 4th in the AFC East. Really an odd team. They're 28th in passing, so they couldn't throw the ball, but they were 2nd in rushing, so they ran well. Their pass defense was solid, and their rush defense was one of the worst. Overall, their draft was okay. They got Sammy Watkins and also some offensive linemen. I'm going to give their draft a B+. Some key additions from the offseason. They picked up the wide receiver out of Tampa Bay, Mike Williams. They also bring in linebacker Brandon Spikes and a big upgrade at defensive coordinator, bringing in the former Lions coach Jim Schwartz. Key departures, if you can call Kevin Cobb a key departure, he's gone, so E.J. Manuel really has the helm to himself now. They also lost linebacker Willie Jefferson, and Marcel Darius could be out for an extended period of time as well. My prediction for the Bills this year, I think they're going to be a little bit better in a division where it's going to be tough to win games. I'm going to give the Bills a 7-9 record, a one-game improvement, and they will miss the playoffs. All right, before we do our second two-a-day with the Dolphins, let's go to the Major League Baseball standings here. And we have tight races everywhere, okay? Tight races throughout. It's going to be an exciting finish to the Major League Baseball season in the National League for sure. We have a lot of tight races. Wild cards are up for grabs as well. Let's go to the Major League Baseball standings right now, and let's see what is going on there. First, we'll start in the American League East. Baltimore still with a 4-game lead over the Yankees and a 4-game lead over Toronto. Tampa Bay getting hot. They've won 6 in a row. In the Central's becoming a runaway as well. Detroit, 6.5-game lead over Cleveland. They're playing some very good ball right now. Oakland leads out west by 2 over the Angels. The Angels are playing some good ball. I like what they're doing, and they're going to make a run before this thing's all said and done. In the National League, we have the Washington Nationals with a 1.5-game lead over the Atlanta Braves. Milwaukee with a 2-game lead over St. Louis, with Pittsburgh 3-back and Cincinnati 5.5-back. And out west, San Francisco with a 1-game lead over the Dodgers. Wild card standings in the American League, Los Angeles and Seattle are in at those wild card spots. Yankees and Toronto a game back. Cleveland, Kansas City 2 and 2.5 back, and then it gets ugly from there. And in the National League, we have the Dodgers, Cardinals, and Braves all tied atop the wild card standings. And Pittsburgh's a game back, and Cincinnati's 3.5 back. That has been your Hunt for October update. Now it's time for our second NFL two-a-day. We're going NFL two-a-days now through pretty much the end of August. Time for a look at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins 8-8 last year, finished third, played well down the stretch, but really they were just mediocre everywhere. Mid-pack in passing, mid-pack in rushing, mid-pack on defense. And I think that was because of the Richie Incognito issues, okay? Incognito really shook this team up. He's gone now, and we'll see what happens. Overall, I thought their draft was solid. They went out and got better on the offensive line, which is where they struggled. They also picked up a tight end and a couple wide receivers that I liked. I like Jarvis Landry out of LSU a lot. I'm going to give their draft a B. I think they could have picked some better offensive line players. Key additions, they bring in 2 cornerbacks, Cortland Finnegan, and they re-sign cornerback Brent Grimes to a 4-year deal. They also get offensive tackle Brandon Elbert re-signed as well. Key departures, really the key departures were in the higher-ups. The offensive coordinator Mike Sherman's gone, and the GM Jeff Ireland is gone. I think this team will take a step back this year. Tannehill is going to struggle throwing to some of these new wide receivers. I'm going to give them a 6-10 record in a division that will be tough to win games in. Alright, so we're going to do two-a-days again on Friday. Now it's time for your New York sports update. Yankees acquired Chase Headley yesterday for Yangervis Solarte and Rafael DePaula. And that is a big move for the Yankees. They've been looking at Headley for a while, and they finally make a big move and bring him in. He has the big walk-off hit last night. And I think they still need to make one more move. I think they need to go out and get one more pitcher. And what I'm hearing is a possible pickup of John Danks of the White Sox. They also made a couple roster moves today. Kelly Johnson goes on the 15-day DL with a groin injury, so they call up Chris LaRue. He was up earlier in the year. Kind of an off-speed throwing guy, but we'll see what they do. Yankees, of course, last night won 2-1 in 14 innings. Tonight, it's Yu Darvish, 9-5 with a 2.88 versus David Phelps, 4-4 with a 3.87. That'll be first pitch coming up here in just about 2 minutes. Mets were in Seattle today playing a little bit of a day game. Mets get out of there with a 3-2 win. But Bartolo Colon, who's been rumored about trade, he was on a roll today. He flirts with a no-hitter, flirted with a perfect game, gave it up in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs when Robinson Cano had a single. All right, we'll be back on Friday. We're going to go around training camp again. We'll do some NFL two-a-days with the Jets and the Patriots. We'll talk a little Brickyard 400 as this Sunday is the Brickyard. We'll also talk Kevin Love trade rumors as they're really starting to heat up. Always remember to check me out on sportsmindednews.com. Now it's a new site. James Williams, JHW Reporter on Twitter. Also follow me on Twitter at YankeeBaller415. That's YankeeBaller415. You can comment on my YouTube channel, on my Twitter account, or on my Facebook page, or Sports Minded News. Ask me a question on any of those as well, and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitter. Thanks for tuning in to the Blog and Grill. I'll be back on Friday. Have a good rest of the week.